We're back. And we've got Debit alongside of us this time. Just off the back of his crazy Game 5 series. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Bro, I'm just glad to be out of the game right now. It was fun to play, but glad we got away with the game 5 dub, but yeah, as I said before, it's good to be done with the Monday series, get out of the way. But gosh darn, Los Verdes scared me for a sec. They really did.
Yeah, and it was just one of the series of all time in SGL, and obviously we don't have to relitigate that series, but yeah, what a series! And I think me and Maz, you'll go back and watch the commentary. I think we had a great time as just neutrals watching. Obviously, two teams that we both know very well. So yeah, that was awesome, man. That was great.
Happy to be part of that good series. At least provide you guys some entertainment before we get to the Stephen P. Smith part of the stream. Because boy, do we got to revisit what we talked about last week. There's some stuff that we need to indict ourselves for. And guys, they didn't let me grab a beer before this, so I feel like I have to grab one, but I don't know. Will he let me? Chat, will you
I feel
let
like
me?
I feel like you can go grab a beer, bro. Who's gonna say you can't get a beer, bro? Come on, man.
The producer. Oh, dude, he confirmed it. Hang on.
But yeah, welcome back, chat. Good to see you guys for the second go round of the FGL podcast. Again, these are completely off the cuff. Always encourage chat participation. We got to fire Nico, absolutely. That guy
Hey, hold
needs to
up a
be,
minute.
like,
I see
destroyed,
Debit in
bro.
here. I gotta go. I gotta hijack the commentary channel if we're still on stream.
Bro, he's not even here. He's literally not here.
Bro, I see you. I see you.
What are you talking about?
I see you, bro. Why is Luis wearing a Mavs jersey?
What's wrong? What's wrong with the Mavs, bro?
Uh, 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 one
Wait,
man.
did something happen? I don't remember. Was there like a big event that happened with the Dallas Mavericks? I literally don't remember.
I don't think so. Yeah, I can't think of anything that comes to mind. Oh, you know what they did? Oh my God, I can't believe y'all didn't hear about this. The Mavs traded Daryl Dikwa.
Yeah, I think you mentioned the Quentin Grimes trade. I mean, he's
Yeah.
now he's balling in Philly. So yeah, no, it's
Is
just crazy.
is this the podcast? It's just hit me.
Yes.
This is the
I
podcast,
thought-
and we have an
okay,
invader into
I
our commentary.
thought we were still on stream, I'll be honest. And I was like, wait, why does Debit get a second plat?
Wait, did he get kicked or just lag out?
I think he lagged out.
All right, good. We do apologize, chat. That is a guy named Palace512. You may have heard of him. Actually, you did just hear from him. He's a special character, special case. But
I can't believe he's real, so.
yeah, I don't know. I think he's sometimes he's an NPC, bro. I swear sometimes. But yeah, where do you want to start, Debit? Do you want to recap week 2? Do you want to recap our power rankings, of which I have opinions? Or yeah, where do you want to start with us on the second week of the podcast?
Let's review week 2. So if we can get that graphic of week 2's results up, because I want to go like power rankings into what we said after looking at like league tables and whatnot, and see how bad we are from there. But taking a look at the results, we finally averaged out 4 games per series across the entire way.
Yeah, and I think obviously in week 1 we didn't really have that many series that went beyond sweeps. I think we only had a couple that were, I think, 3-1s, and I believe no game 5s in week number 1, if I am correct. But yeah, we got some. We played some Rocket League games in week number 2.
I mean, you're right about that. We definitely played some games. Like there's 6 of them up there. That's a cool amount of games we got going on over here. Looking back at this, I mean, is there one series that kind of stands out to you? Like, I know I have my pick, and I know it kind of looks obvious on screen, but
Yeah, I mean, the obvious choice just has to be Timbers Army ECRC. I mean, watching that series on Rydog's channel, I mean, that was a tremendous series. ECRC, of course, one of the best teams in SGL since their arrival, and I mean Timbers Army, a team who are probably favored to win the title right now, and it was just a tremendous game. And I look forward. Hopefully, Rydog releases the audio of the in-game or the in-game audio, excuse me, the comms, because I love those Rydog comms videos, and I assume for that series debut, it was like really, really fun.
I was about to say that was probably like one of the most like on your feet kind of moments, watching them play. And it's like so disappointing because you're just watching his POV the entire time, but his mic is muted, so you just can't hear anything going on. You can't be releasing your audio out to potential I don't know, spies out there that could work there for ECRC over there. So, you gotta keep him muted, but gosh darn, you're right. I really want to hear those comms back if they got him. Just like how I failed to get my comms during the last series, that would have been fun to do. As I'll once again re-encourage teams, let's get some audio comms if possible. Like even if it's just like small little clips you can like share from time to time. Not everything's gonna be perfect. Sometimes we'll get like the worst call of your life that you end up thrown through. I don't know. But yeah, Rydog is one of our favorites that get these small moments that really add the spice to the league, gives that depth of humanity that you don't get to see.
No, and I think we'd have to ask him, Debit, how he does it so we can make a copy. I assume he just uses OBS, right? I mean, or some other recording software. There's plenty of free recording software out there, and so
Oh yeah.
yeah, I
Definitely
mean,
possible.
listen, if other teams want to follow suit and do it, I think that would be tremendous, and just post it. And maybe we'll feature it on a podcast or hell on a broadcast for an actual game. I think it would make for good content for everybody else in the league. So yeah, if you have the opportunity or the potential to do it, definitely record your comms.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, I mean, it felt kind of short and we're doing like so many things like off the cuff right now. But oh wait, we have top 5 player stats. That's right, we got those graphics now. Now we have ball chasing actually like up and running again. We can collect stats again. Holy crap!
Yeah, and of course, ball chasing was down, so we couldn't get to those in the first podcast or the first week, and so we do apologize. But yeah, they're back, Debit. So I mean, we can look at those if you want. We can go over those
I was
next if you want to.
say if we got them around and we're able to transition, um, yeah, we'll gladly wait for our producer friend to set this up. But yeah, for all you hanging out in chat still, Palace, y'all are lucky my internet went down. Yep, we are. We are very lucky that your internet went down because there was a ramble that was about to go on forever if your internet didn't decide to, kill itself in the middle of us talking about just the podcast in general. Shout out my teammates, y'all are still here. I thought Red was going to bed. I thought he was done for, but
No, shout out Red 4, man. I saw your team, Debit, is like really good about coming into chat if you're not playing. So if Red's not playing, he's in chat. If Raisin Boy's not playing, he's in chat. Bear Blitz, etc. So, you guys have like just such good vibes, man. Like you guys are just vibing out, no matter
funny
if
enough,
you're playing or not. You're not playing, yeah.
Raisin's yelling in chat kind of fuels me whenever playing because I'll like look at it on mobile so I don't like waste like I don't know like memory or CPU like stuff on my PC while playing. So yeah, that's always like cool to watch back. Like they'll literally be in voice chat but talking, but then they'll just be yelling in stream chat. It's very funny.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, if we have the top 5 stats ready to go, we can throw those up on the screen. If not.
decent amount on these as well, showing that they're close behind in this still, especially on the offensive side.
Yeah, no, we do apologize, guys. There was no audio for probably the past 2 minutes there, so we'll kind of start over with the stats here. So uh, yeah, I mean we were just glazing people. I mean as we normally do on the podcast here, and uh, I obviously mentioned Mr. Debit here, leading the way in points per game through week number 2, and of course I think this past series is probably going to add to that number. And Palace goals per game, doing his thing, and Bear Blitz on the assist. I mean, I think Bear Blitz being top of the assist chart. We didn't mention that here in the past 2 minutes, but I think Bear Blitz is gonna like himself being in that spot.
It's a. Do I have? Nah, he's said it like a number of times. I just like, yep, I got the assists. I'm not gonna score the goals. I'm gonna just drop it down. You guys can take care of it. Yep. We'll work out the rest of it.
Do you want to rehash some of the guys you were giving a shout out to while we were down there with the audio? I don't know if you
Yeah,
with
no audio issues. This isn't supposed to be a myself and Palace glaze. This is supposed to be a black and gold old timers glaze because Christian the Plumber is all over this dang championship top 5 across literally every category. So he definitely has to get a shout out over here. Saves per game, saves, assists per game, every bit of it. Look all over. He's everywhere.
Yeah, and that black and gold old timers team has been just tremendous. Obviously, in the first week against you guys, they lost in 4, but it really could have been 5 or even a series win for them. They look a really good team, and Christian the Plumber, man, he's not only does he have a fantastic name, he's doing work, man. He's balling for his team, and it's good to see him, balling alongside the likes of Saikugo, and I can't remember his third teammate. I'm blanking here, David. Who's their third teammate who won SGL season 6, I believe?
Squizzball. I saw Maz type it like too quick, and I was like, oh shoot, you already got to it. Hi, Rydog. But yeah, dude, that team, honestly, the team that won season 6, they're such a solid team overall. Like Christian the Plumber, like he is literally the catalyst of this team. Daniel profile pick and everything. Once you strap that on, you become a better player overall. And yeah, that's where Saikugo comes in real handy over here. 12 goals. I mean, they got 21 goals between the top 2 scorers. Look, you have to face the whole cast if you're going to be looking at who's scoring compared to like, I guess like Steel Army. I imagine Bear Blitz is not too far behind, nor is probably raising the goals. But yeah, you need every bit of help put in the back of the net, especially in the championship with how tight it's going to be.
No, yeah, and I totally second everything that you just said, and yeah, I mean, I'm just, I think the stats, again, in the first couple of weeks, I bet like the stats aren't going to mean that much, but they give us some indication. Here once we get to the 6th, 7th, 8th week, these sorts of stats are going to be, I think, way more important to look at in terms of what they actually mean, right? Obviously, they're, the more games you play, the better sample size we get against the entirety of both the Premier League and the Championship. And so, yeah, I mean, we can move on over to the power rankings because that was.
Yeah, show the table. I mean, show the table because we had no official graphic of our power rankings. Maybe we'll do it one of these times just to show how bad we are. But yeah, you got to review the tape as far as like how it goes for like how we power ranked it. I mean, notably, okay, we gotta talk, especially when it comes to our entire debate last week was heated and hinging on EC Eternal. For me, not ranking them because they hadn't played a game, and for you, where did you have them again? Do you have them 4th or 5th?
I had them 5th. Yeah, I had them in the in the spot that they were in the standings, having played no games. Yeah, I had them 5th.
Which I thought was like kind of a respectable pick, but like after playing against the locals, it just like shattered our expectations because we still predicted EC Eternal to get that in 4.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, if you look at the series, I thought EC Eternal, the longer it went, grew into it. Um, I have them for the long run. I'm holding on that stock, Devin. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a new team with new players, new additions, and Bizbo and Spanky. I mean, these are players. They're good players, man. We saw glimpses of that in the series. I thought Spanky, and he'd probably say the same thing if he's in chat or whatnot, that he didn't have his best series. Like we've seen Spanky play way better Rocket League, and so I'm holding. I'm holding on my Spanky. All right, I'm holding on my Spanky and EC Eternal stock. But yeah, they went and took a loss in their opening week. Obviously, they had to bye the first week, so the locals looked much improved, and of course, how much of that is not playing Timbers Army? It's that's probably a big portion of it. Not having to play, Nelly, Ride Dog, and Loy Boy, and those goats on that team. But I'll be honest, it was a controversial take, but I'm holding Debit. Are you? What say you on that series and those two teams?
A controversial pick at the time, but honestly, I think I'd probably go with that assessment as well. I don't think we've seen the last of that EC Eternal squad. They definitely have a lot as far as like they can fly around the pitch a lot, but they weren't getting the touches that they wanted to get. Even like watching it back, I think Toad was solo casting that one, and he was just talking about how Spanky was like being so aggressive on defense, like trying to go for so many touches that just weren't quite there. So maybe a little bit of restraint is needed on his end a bit there. But yeah, I mean, first game as a new team, slightly I guess expected in a way, but I feel confident at least knowing that not ranking them sounds slightly better than ranking them fifth.
Yeah, and as we go into our power rankings, I mean, I had the Rebellion in the last spot. I'm kind of reevaluating that, Devitt. The performance they had against SKC was really good. I know that they're 0-2 and they have the worst games percentage one and whatnot, but I thought they put in a really good performance in an L. And so I didn't know if you got a chance to, watch that series. I forgot if you were commentating that series or not.
I was not, but I was able to at least catch it back.
Yeah, what do you think of the Rebellion in SKC in that series, and how does that affect where you put them? Because did you have the Rebellion last as well? Correct.
I had them at least in the bottom two. I'll tell you that right now. I can't remember exactly where I put them. I feel like I put them above the locals at the time. So I feel like I at least want to put that out there. At least I think that's how I would have.
Of course, you didn't rank the Eternals. Of course, that was not.
No, I did not.
Rankings, yeah.
So I would have put the Rebellion at 5, locals at 6, Eternal at NR, or not ranked. But the Rebellion are like a sneaky team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to look at their first two opponents. Their first two opponents were El Matador and KC Cauldron. I mean, are we about to make sense where we say like the sample size just doesn't equate to enough of like how we actually power rank the Rebellion? Like it's just an unfortunate placing to happen at this given moment.
Yeah, I mean, in my list, and I mean, we can go in. You may just start. We'll start with the premier side of SGL for our power rankings for week 2, but there's not much change for me apart from kind of that bottom half, and so we'll start from the top and work our way down if that's okay with you and Chad. And doing a shout out, Rydog and Chad. Good to see you, Playboy Farty as well. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Rydog with the Loy Boy carries, and we'll get to Loy Boy and the Portland Timbers side in Timbers Army here in a second. But yeah, I'll start with mine. I have TA at the very, very top. Again, they had that tremendous series against ECRC going 5, clutching up there with a bit of ice. Because I thought ECRC played a really, really good series there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put EM at number 2. I thought, obviously, they had a bye week this past week, Debit. But I'm going to put them above KC. I was a little disappointed with KC's performance against the Rebellion. That was a series in which I thought that KC should go into that series and sweep that series. But the Rebellion it's tough to say how much it was the Rebellion playing better than in week 1, or how much of that was KC playing bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and put EM at number 2, and then I'm gonna put KC at number 3. So just flip flopping those two there. Last week I had ECRC at 4 debit, and this week they're gonna remain there at 4. I know they're 0-2. I know that first week against KC didn't look good, but we know the quality on that team, and I thought in that Timbers Army series, I think very few teams in this league are taking Timbers Army all the way to game number 5. And so I'll leave you with my first 4 debit, okay? And then we can go from there.
It's good because we have the exact same 4, but I got some slight variation.
Okay.
Very slight. Timbers Army at number 1. That was actually changed because I had KC at number 1 last week. I know that for a fact. ECRC remains at 4. I think it's just an unfortunate matchup they went into, but still looked good overall. I have KC slightly above you.
Okay.
That's the only thing. That's really all I got, and I slightly bumped Timbers Army up above just because KC, I mean, they played a Rebellion team that was, fighting back, but also that's tough. That's tough with a Rebellion side like that. But I am giving a slight edge to the Cauldron still. I feel like I maybe just haven't seen enough out of you to guarantee a 2 spot yet. So I still have you at 3, where you currently are in the standings. But at least you're there with only 1 matchup, so it's already looking good for you.
Rydog says, "Stop glazing us. God, I suck ass. We should be 2 to 3." Yeah, see, Rydog, I don't know if he has like a humiliation fetish, but my goodness, your team is awesome. Okay, stop talking shit about your own team. You guys are sick, man. And then Todes says ECRC finally playing some 3s. Watch out. We're going to learn to rotate soon. I'll be honest, in that ECRC series, I thought they were going to win in Game 5. I thought the way the series was going, I thought they were going to end up pulling it off there. And to Todes' point, if they don't double commit on a couple, situations, they just win that series. I think Howling Moon being an addition to that team, replacing Smashley. I mean, Smashley's been such an integral part of that team that it's going to take time, but you started to see the building blocks early, in that series against KC, later in that series, and so I think ECRC are going to be completely fine going forward, even though they are 0-2.
Yeah. Going back to your point about Rydog humiliation fetish, hold on, that's my thing, because talk about power rankings last week whenever I said I wasn't number 1. That's me, not you. And number 2, ECRC, yeah, agreed. You guys are not ass. This is just tough luck matchups. IMO. I think the team is very not
and they underperformed
what the
against
record
KC,
says,
right?
Yeah.
They underperformed against KC. I think so. So,
Yeah.
they'll be fine. They'll be good.
Yeah, statistically, we can't be ass the entire season. That's what we're basically saying.
And so, okay, so the only difference in our power rankings for the top 4 of the Premier is just KC and EM spot, which is totally fair. And of course, those 2 teams do play maybe tomorrow night, so that's gonna be a fun game to see where both teams are at. Obviously, the chat and KC and everybody should be expecting EM to play their top lineup for that series, and so that lineup will consist of a new player this season. I think their top lineup right now is looking like Caesar. Of course, we all know Caesar. We all love Caesar. He's one of the best players in the league, and then a new addition in Wicca. So I'm looking forward to having him on the field. Of course, we do have Kiwi still an integral part to EM winning last season, but Wicca is going to be He has a lot of experience in the game, and so I'm looking forward to that lineup against a very strong KC team, maybe tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, Devitt, let's go ahead and finish our bottom three of the SGL Premier. And for me at number 5, I am going to go with. I have to go with the locals. Okay, I'm still holding EC Eternal stock. Of course, last week I had them at number 5. But with that being said, I'm having the locals at number 5 because they did win the series. You know, they won the series. You know what I mean? So they have to be above them. And so, locals at 5. And then EC Eternals will be number 6. And I'm sorry, I was chatting a lot of glaze of the Rebellion's performance in their last series, but I still have them at number 7. It's nothing against them as a team. I thought they played way, way better against that KC side. It's just how the cookie crumbled, unfortunately, early on in these power rankings. So those are my bottom 3. Devitt, what say you?
Gosh, if last week the chicken was in the oven for how hot we had the takes, we put it back in the freezer this week. I actually agree with you on this. I can't help but put the locals at number 5. I watched them do the teamwork. They earned it. They earned that 5 spot. I can't put Eternal there yet. And Rebellion, maybe you just gotta get there at some point. But right now, it's just not it. Maybe later. And I hate to do power rankings that are semi close to the standings, but sometimes that's just how it is.
Yeah, and I think so. We only have one difference between our two lists. It's just that 2 and 3 spot, and those 2 and 3 teams play this week, and so I assume that our standings next week, Devitt, will reflect the matchup in week number 3. But enough chatting about the SGL Premier. Let's talk the championship power rankings. Obviously, Devitt, you had your team, Steel Army, the number 1 team in the standings. You had yourselves not number 1. So I'll let you start this week. Surely you can't say that Steel Army's not the best team in that division.
Drum roll, please, because I have wrote my power rankings on this giant eagle receipt. You can't see in the camera view, but Luis can. Yeah, I put myself at number 1 this time. I know it's updated for week 3 right now, but yeah, I'm putting us at number 1. And here's where playing a series before we have official power ranks for, like as far as like the end of week 2 goes. If you include that LV series that just happened against Steel Army, I think you put them number 2. If you don't include that series, you put them at number 3. But because that series happened,
yeah,
I think LV actually deserves a 2 spot this time around. I think they actually do. And honestly, should I just take it from the rest of here? Should I go down the entire list at this point? Because we only got 6 teams instead of 7.
Yeah, you can go ahead. 1 through 6. Let's hear it.
All right, so I named those first 2, and just because LV played, I'm sorry, but Black and Gold Old Timer is your number 3 right now. Maybe you'll change my mind as soon as your series happens, and by the time we do this next week, it'll be different. That'll be one thing. Also, number 4, this is where some things might differ slightly, but I actually am giving it to EC Defiance. I trust that team way more than I do EM Big Dogs at number 4, even though that's where they say they are right now. In fact, I see they're there, and I can't recall why they're ahead of Defiance in the standings so far. Maybe it's games played, even though the win percent is still the same, because it's not alphabetical. But unless it's El Matador, and then it's like Emerald City, and that's why. But Emerald City, then El Matador Big Dogs, then Accent Rose.
Alrighty. I honestly, Devitt, don't have that any contentious takes on your list. I think your list is pretty, like, it's plausible. I can absolutely see that list being correct. And honestly, Toe Death put his top 6 for SGL Championship. I only have one small change in his list. He put Steel Army number 1, EC Defiance number 2, LV 3, BG Old Timers number 4, EM Big Dogs 5, and Axon Rose number 6. I'm only changing two of those teams in his list. I'm changing around EC Defiance and Los Verdes, and so that's my list. Okay, so a Steel Army 1, Los Verdes number 2, and of course I am counting what we just saw on stream about an hour ago. And then it might be a hot take to have EC Defiance over the Black and Gold Old Timers, but I have liked what I've seen from them, and I think those guys are playing the game quite a bit. And so for now, I'm gonna give it to them. But I will say, I think in terms of a peak. Out of any of these teams, I think Black and Gold Old Timers debit have the highest peak. I think those guys have the potential to really move their way up this list into that 1 or 2 spot very, very easily, given just kind of how. I mean, Christian the Plumber, for example, probably has one of the highest peaks in that league, and so that's my list debit. I mean, any critiques of that list, or I mean, what are you thinking there?
Stephen P. Smith is not coming out today. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. The real talk is coming. 1 is there, but 2 through 4, honestly, I feel like, where do you want to put people? I feel like you could like roll a dice like with their logo on it, and that'll be like as good as you trying to like power rank those 3 teams in that 2 through 4 spot. Even like 2 through 5, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough, and of course, Toe Death mentions the Defiance did beat Los Verdes in the head-to-head matchup, which I believe is obviously correct. I forgot what the Los Verdes lineup was for that series. I don't think Palace 512 was playing in that series, but I could be wrong. But that's why I have them in that number 3 spot. I think that they've just been tremendous. So, from a personal note, Debit, I'm looking forward to EM Big Dogs bouncing back and having a better performance than they did against Los Verdes here in week number 3. Obviously, last week on the podcast gave Ponzi a bunch of shit for rotating players, which of course I would never do in any of my teams. I would never rotate players and give other people playing time. That's never been known to happen, and so I just want to put it on the podcast that Ponzi, if you're watching this, or your teammates, I saw David at Playboy Farty in chat. Yeah, stop rotating players. It's really cringe. Giving people playing time in a league like this is very cringe. So, but yeah, that's about it for my SGL Championship power rankings, Devin. I mean, you got anything else on any of these 6 teams?
Not so much. I'm still waiting for, just my team to watch this season still is EC Defiance. I've been kind of like just low-key tracking them the past couple seasons, and now we're up to this point. LV's kind of taking the spotlight, not gonna lie, seeing like their strength of the lineup vary from week to week. So like they're gonna be like the easy ones to like point out and notify like what happens on like any given week for them. But I'm still looking at EC Defiance. They're running like a 4-man roster that's gonna pretty much gonna be like the same bunch of players going in every time. So that's still like I'm gonna be heavily watching that team throughout this season. I know Toad's gonna be pointing out EC Defiance's strength a lot, in which keep doing it because it makes me look better. So yeah, EM Big Dogs, Ponzi, I love you. I'm changing my idea. You're the best. No comment. Just you're the best. Louis sucks.
Yeah, I will say it was funny. There was a couple of people. I don't know if David or Playboy Farty was like couldn't tell that I was joking last week, because like I was obviously making fun of EM last season for like playing like literally when you played EM last season, you didn't know what lineup was gonna happen. Like it was just like a complete like especially during the regular season. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was it's all fun. It's all fun and games, and I actually do dislike Ponzi very seriously. It's very serious. It's definitely not joking. So
real hate. Let's go.
Yeah, it's 100% real and not made up. But yeah. Where do you want to go next, Ebbet? We have clips We can talk about the cup that finally got voted on. I mean, where do you want to take us?
Let's roll some clips. We're not done with week 2 quite yet. Let's go close out week 2 with some highlights. I know it may take a little bit of time to set this up, so bear with us.
Another part of the Seattle
Sorry, I just looked back and
ball
played
over the
before
top. Oh boy.
stuff right now, but here we go. First clip coming from Beesbo over here. EC Eternal gets the bump.
Oh, that was so, yeah, that, man, I remember that happening. That was an awesome play, man. And see, this is why I'm holding EC Eternal stock. I mean, these guys are, look at that bump, man. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Christmas with a finish, he's going to get the points, but props.
Man, another clip, Devin.
Wait, is it back to back? Oh,
yeah,
never mind. Oh, dude.
I thought we were gonna watch it again, but hey, another clip from the same series.
So something's clearly
Trying to remember which one this one was.
Whether it was just a momentum shift. Oh my.
Wait.
Oh no, it's a Shaq and a full moment.
Maybe it was a momentum shift, or is it pep
The
talk?
own goal of the century
They might
called
need
by
another
Toad
pep talk.
himself.
This is some rough defending. That's some Seattle Sounders backline defending.
Toad on the solo cast there was great. It was fantastic, man.
I would recognize it.
Okay, then you know
We got Casey versus Rebellion next. A little bit of play by Shorts. Clear out. Oh, Serrano? The pass across?
Oh yeah. They're cooking now. Serrano to
Slut.
Palace, and it's already 2-0. Man, Serrano,
is on it today.
you know, having been his roommate and having known him for quite a long time, he's like just one of the most classy Rocket League players. You know what I mean, Devitt? Like, not the flashiest guy, but he's just so solid. And what a pass there, yeah.
Everybody needs to be on. He's on, and we got another. Oh my gosh, we got goal lines. Oh my, wait, that went in? Huh? Game?
2 miles an hour.
I can't believe I forgot how this goal went in.
As they say, if it goes in, it goes in. Does
And
not
wow,
matter
the
how they
wise
come,
words
they
of
come
Palace
hard.
512. If it goes in, it goes in. Hey, I mean that's what we pay him the big bucks for, man. He's that's what we pay him for, folks.
Just not the best touch from Serrano there, and it's a 1-goal game.
But yeah, that was the
in a
crazy.
game in which I
clip.
didn't really think that
Oh my.
had a chance.
Running it back. Oh, big dunks.
Oh,
We
hell
love the
no.
defense.
Run over Jason Terry. Good to see.
What is it? Why did the lights go so dark? Holy moly, did they change up this goal explosion while I wasn't looking?
Lebrano posterizes. I don't even know who that was. I'll be honest.
Just listening to David's commentary is so funny. Lebrano. What a dunk there from Serrano.
Ball still in the blue end. Can Polar get to it? He can't.
Yeah, I might have to let this one roll.
Triple C ties it up.
Oh, what a play.
He's got a 700 bomb here in game number 1.
What a ball in from Faintly here.
And again, the Rebellion played so good in that series, Devitt. I know they lost it, but man, they like in that game, Devitt, they were losing 4-1. By the way.
Yeah.
Remember, chat. This was a game.
Let me get this over here.
4-1.
Oh.
And we're about to go.
And there are not many people in this league that exemplify the
Yet another one here from the series.
Than Thorengold. Serrano wants to put this into the middle. Thorengold waiting for him. Thorengold gets the shot, but Triple C able to save. Zach puts it back in the middle, off the backboard.
Wait, this is it.
A little bit awkward. That's
Oh no.
That was 75% across the line from Serrano, but we have a second overtime.
Wow, and it really just thought there was.
Yeah, this series was crazy, Devitt. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, commentating with David there, that was one of the best series that we had so far in SGL this season.
This is why we need him just in the booth constantly. Like, this series just keeps delivering. The clips keep on coming over here. Oh, a little bit of a miscue over here. Works out, though.
Pass it to Serrano, and it's saved by.
Oh yeah, what a dunk! Smitty just dunked all over Serrano there.
If you know the Cauldron, you know.
And having played with Smitty quite a bit, that is something that he would do. So if he's in chat, I mean that's a Smitty play. But ball's still up here. I don't know if anything came of it, but yeah, that was a Smitty play for sure.
Oh,
It's still up.
Oh, Zach.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah. Oh, that was just
Wow,
man. You had
what
to
a
feel for
series,
the
man.
rebellion in that
GG to
series.
both
I thought they played
teams.
tremendous. But what a
Able to
catch from
take the
Smitty though on the air
four.
dribble there. That was
I was
great.
about to say,
Man,
you gotta
gotta feel for the
compliment
rebellion
that
a little
catch
bit
right
there.
there.
Felt like they didn't
As
have a
soon as I
chance
got
for
in
about
that
10
purview,
seconds left
I
as they
just look
fully
out of
get
the
the
corner of
touch
my eye, I
and beat
see,
Toronto there to
Zach
that ball.
Smitty
They
go
find
up. I'm like, uh-oh. I know what kind of clip we're gonna be looking at over here.
Oh man, yeah. But those were the clips of the week for week number 2. Yeah, just some tremendous plays, own goals, shots, 0 seconds, everything. I mean, the week 2 of SGL had everything to offer for us, and yeah, tremendous. Good to see Shorts in chat. Good to see you, man. So sad indeed. Welcome to the stream, my man. We were glazing your team earlier, so hopefully you got to catch that. While we also put your team last in the power rankings, but we did glaze. We did glaze. Glazing did occur. So, so welcome to the stream. Biggest highlight of the week was ball chasing, sorting their shit out. Yes. Yes. And of course, ball chasing allows Toad Death to do his wonderful rankings, which he does post in the Discord. For which, Debit, you were number 1 on the aggregate of all the rankings. So congratulations.
Yeah, where'd the bias come from? What the hell?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. Listen, you're putting up numbers, and glazing must happen. So congratulations on like I said in chat, beating up on plumbers and milkman and garbage men, and yeah, you're doing a fantastic job. And of course, the biggest garbage man, of course, in SGL Championship is Palace 512, for which you guys saw tonight. He was playing up to his standards. So congratulations, Evan, on being number 1 in the stats.
Appreciate it. Speaking of week 3, if we get a chance, let's take a quick look at week 3 matchups before we get to our last little segment that we got for you over here. I know you just saw one of these matchups over here. Wait, whoop, there we go. As you might have just been in chat for before, Steel Army beating Los Verdes 3-2 in, one of the thrillers of the season so far. I mean, 5-game set, what more could you want?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard, Debit, to top off the first week in week number 3. I mean, I think you guys set a pretty high bar. And so, yeah, I don't expect any series this week to be as good as that one. But maybe. I mean, this league offers up so many surprises. Maybe we'll have a series that can even come close. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to us getting these other games scheduled. Playboy 40 said in chat, ball chasing exposing me. So I hate it. Head up, King. Head up, King. It's just numbers on a screen, buddy. All right. It's listen. As long as your team wins, ball chasing numbers mean absolutely nothing, unless you have a very shallow ego. So, but yeah, no. I don't know, Debbie. We kind of went over some of these. We mentioned the KC EM matchup. I mean, that one's gonna be great. And then we have Timbers Army versus the Rebellion, which looks to be the most lopsided game so far. Devitt. But I don't know, man. The Rebellion, that kind of has trap game written all over it.
It really can scream it, especially when we're both in agreement that Timbers Army is number 1 on our power rankings. This is the week that Rydog, he was actually warning us in chat, saying that he's ass enough to get the Rebellion a W this time. We're taking them 100% seriously. Well, I'm glad you're still doing that, because I mean, this is classic trap game. It's 1v7 or 2v7, whatever you want to do in the stand. They're still tied for first, so.
And so yeah, that'll be one to keep an eye on, where typically you wouldn't watch it, where it's like, oh, it's the first place team versus the 7th place team, etc. In terms of I think everybody's power rankings. I don't know anybody that would not have. Well, yeah, there might be some arguments for other teams to be power ranked number 1, but I think most people would power rank Timbers Army number 1 in general. And so that'll be a fun game to watch, to look out for. And then again, we have a Seattle derby there in the top left-hand side of your screen. And, of course, both teams looking to find their first W in Season 9, and so that has a lot of implications. And then, I don't know, I'm kind of cheering for Axe and Rose SC, man. I want these guys to get a win. Yeah, but I think they're the only team in the championship without a win. I'm
So
here
far.
for them to get a W. So, Axe and Rose SC, I've bought your stock for week 3.
Yeah, it's a whole new ball game. I mean, it's a whole new team. They're pretty much playing with house money wherever they go. So it doesn't entirely matter where you end up in the standings. But you're facing a surging EC Defiance team that put up numbers against Steel Army at the end of the day. So I mean, you gotta bring it. You gotta bring it. No game's gonna be easy here.
And then honestly, that EM Big Dog series versus BG Oldtimers that's like the Wild West there. Like, first of all, I don't even know what EM Big Dogs team's gonna show up, and that big BG Oldtimers team. I mean, they're fun to watch. I mean, those guys ball out. So, yeah.
It's true toss up. You actually explained it perfectly. It is the Wild West out there. Knowing that squad as it is, and then the way at least Black and Gold Old Timers played in week 1 and 2 so far. Literally, dude, if it goes to 5, I won't even be that surprised, given what we've seen. Heck, even EM Big Dogs almost got that to Game 5 against LV. So
Yeah, they did. They almost pulled it back from the brink there. Wait, what team in Premier has a bye this week? Oh, the locals, right? Yeah, the locals. The locals are on bye, so no Meki, Ducky, KJ, or Dr. Aquatic on your screen this week. They will return to action next week. I'm really looking forward. Just one word on that team. I want to see Meki Ducky take it to the next level. I think we saw a tremendous Meki Ducky last season, and I'm looking forward to that Meki Ducky returning. And we saw glimpses of that in last week's matchup, and so hopefully Meki Ducky's watching the stream and he can shit all over this take and come out flying next week. I want to see him playing his best. I know he was in a ones tournament recently with some of my other teammates in a different league, and so he seems to be grinding debit. So I'm looking forward to the return of the Duck. And please play in the Batmobile. Like, we say it every week, but just please do it. I think everybody wants to see it. So
yeah, I probably won't at least play in the Batmobile. So you got to do it. You got to do it for the entire league at this point. You are that player now.
Yeah, you are him, Meki Ducky. So please play in the Batmobile. And speaking of the Batmobile, I don't know if you saw that in Discord. Pones Game of Pones. He posted that picture. He has a Cookster jersey. That he posted is awesome, by the way. So if he's in chat or listening, that's given that RLCS is the first major's happening this week. Just wanted to shout out that he has one of the most OG jerseys that you could ever have in this esport. So shout out to Pones for having such a dope jersey.
Oh yeah, what a good shout! Right before the major. Speaking of major tournaments that happen, we gotta get to one that we recently voted on. We're talking about, the cup tournaments that we gotta do. We took votes on recently. We can explain at least a little bit of like what the vote was, what the results ended up being, and now just a little bit of like our thoughts like going forward on this. Just like to cap off, at least this podcast so far before we turn to, anybody asking pretty much anything they want. So
yeah, let's do it. So the results obviously were posted in the Discord of the cup vote debit. I will say I am happy that one of the winners was the Gamers 8 style format, which is going to allow us to have the option. Of course, these will be options that are chosen by, I believe, the losing team of games 1 and game 3. We'd have to pull it back up again, but there will be, almost guaranteed, unless people are very boring, we're gonna have non 3v3 action on SGL, or in SGL, excuse me, for the first time ever, I think. correct me if I'm wrong, Deb, but I mean, at least since I've been here, it's always been 3v3.
I know we've had the SGL CS, which was, I mean, it's still 3v3 at the end, but just different ranks to try to get, multiple players involved across both leagues. But no, this is the first time we've seen, we're going to see drop shot and stuff like this
Oh yeah.
in a cup tournament that is completely separate from league play. So, don't lose focus on that. But let's have some fun with this one.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, I've been advocating. I really when Rocket League went and did that Gamers 8 event. I think it was one of the first times that we saw crew battles ever happen, at least at that high of a level, and I love that format. Obviously, they only got to choose between 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3. But listen, we have all options on the table: hoops, rumble, drop shot, snow day if you're so mentally inclined. What's the other one?
Shout out Serrano for Snow Day.
So, and listen, Serrano's a Season 6 RN genius, so he is a SSL Rumble player. And so you could very well see that KC team always picking Rumble. So make sure you're getting your Rumble games in, people, okay?
Airblitz, I'm glad you're mentally inclined, bro. I needed this.
I will say, Debit, I don't know what you guys chat. My favorite extra game mode is drop shot, so if EM does lose some of these games and has the option, I'm probably gonna pick that for our team. But I'm excited. I'm excited for these other game modes, and I'm hoping that people branch out and we're not just doing 2v2 or 1v1. I think 1v1 would be a bit of the boring choice for some teams. Like, if you have if the Portland Timbers win, or if they get a chance to pick because they lose a game, Debit, and Loy Boy 1v1 somebody and just kills them, or these teams that have like a really good player. Even though I'm a big fan of ones, I'm hoping that people pick the fun ones. Okay, it's for content. All right, think about the content. Do it for stream. Okay.
Hang on a sec. I know Maz mentioned a good thing to vote on about the whole like Gamers 8 style, like the losing team picking the format. But dude, I love spinning a wheel, bro. Spinning a wheel is like crack to me. It's very fun to do. And that way you're almost like dangling around the different modes. Like it's truly up to chance at that moment. But granted, I do like the idea of potentially doing like a loser gets to pick, but you almost include like a, for all FGC heads out there, like a Dave Stupid rule effect of, you can't pick that mode again if you win on it. It's like,
Right,
like to keep the diversity going for it.
Man, I wonder if our league would vote for something like the spin the wheel. Like you play a best of 7 and every single time it's a spin the wheel. I wonder if our league would vote for that, or if other people, or if the majority of the league would like be against something like that. I, for one, I'd vote for that. Like I'm all about the most creative ways of running a league. Okay, as somebody who plays in like 4, 5 different other leagues in my lifetime, I think right now I'm playing in 3. Like they're all 3v3. It's all the same shit. It's just like, and I enjoy them. They're awesome. I love UR, RSC, whatever. But like here at SGL, man, if we want to change things up, fuck it, I'm down, baby. We make it as creative and as diverse as possible. I'm all game. So
I'm kind of for it. I mean, it's an entire separate competition. I don't even know how much we play each other in like different style of modes or whatever. Like I don't even think we'd come in like go against each other in like drop shot or hoops or something like that. Like imagine watching like Loy Boy and Ride Dog take on like hoops against like Toad and Gojo or something like that. That'd be sick to watch. So
oh no, yeah.
Like, I need these like extra mode style, and imagine playing one of the greatest sports ever in hockey played out on a Rocket League field, even though we have some haters of Snow Day in here, so I'll just leave it at that.
of which I am the biggest hater of Snow Days. If you like Snow Day, like genuinely, I have choice words for you that are not allowed on Twitch TOS, okay? That game mode is terrible, Debit. I don't know how anybody plays that game mode, okay? Any game mode that doesn't have a sphere ball, okay? It just feels awkward and weird and gross. So yeah, I don't know. That's why it's the worst extra game mode. Rumble's above it, okay? And that's just a factual opinion, okay? So if you enjoy Snow Day, I have all listen chat, you guys are coping, okay? You're coping because it's a game mode that caters to people who just don't see the game like I do. So yeah.
You don't have to hate the players while they love the game. I mean, I've got hammers over here. I can just start throwing them at you right now. Like chat, I'll do it right now with hammers because this might be one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Wait, Debit. So Debit in chat, what is the worst extra game mode? I want to know. What's worse than Snow Day?
Do we count the knockout mode, or is that no?
Oh, I don't know. I just count like.
Are you talking like the other three main ones?
Like what? Rumble, Hoops, Snow Day, and Drop Shot. Those four, I think.
It's definitely Rumble's the worst.
Oh no! Hopefully Serrano doesn't watch the VOD back because that's his game mode, man.
Dude, chat. Dude, chat. I love chat tonight.
I almost said something that I can't say on Twitch.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Playboy Farty, by the way, a Rumble enjoyer. I think Rumble is the third worst. Yeah, third worst extra game mode. But I don't know. I think for me, just Rumble. Listen, I'm a ball supremacist. Okay, I will say it live on Twitch.tv. I am anti-puck in my Rocket League. Okay, so there you go. Those are my takes on the extra game modes. I think Hoops is number 2, Debit, but Drop Shot number 1 for me. So those are my power rankings for the extra game modes.
I think the funny thing is, Drop Shot is still my favorite, and then Snow Day is number 2. So I'm just advocating for Snow Day so hard, just because you're such a hater. So, and I need, and the people clearly are Snow Day fans.
Yeah, we have a bunch of Snow Day fans in this league. I mean, maybe I'm 100% lying, and I'm trying to persuade you guys to pick Snow Day against El Matador in the cup. Ooh, see? But,
Rumble is a distant fourth. That's what I love to hear. Even the power rankings of Drop Shot being like 2 for people Snow Day, that's perfectly acceptable. You guys are. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Even David said Snow Day number 1.
Wait, can I say something real quick? Shorts, I can skate backwards, okay? Even though I'm from Texas, I can skate, I can ice skate, I can skate backwards, okay? I don't know about hitting I've never like actually played ice hockey ever before, so yeah. But I can skate really well, okay? But hockey is hard, so yeah.
Do you have videos of you skating right now? Because there are some people calling you out right now.
We should, man, when we have an SGL LAN, we should all go to an ice rink. That would be sick. We should all do that, and we'll have races. I will race. I don't want to say anybody, but I'll race. Fuck it, I'll race. Yeah, I'll do it. We'll do blue line to blue line, and we'll race. I'll be down.
Chat, start skating now.
Oh, dude, dude, if we can, oh, you know what? It'll be worth it, Debit, just to see Bear Blitz on the ice. That would be sick.
Right?
Yeah, that's a Todeath. That's a different meetup, bro. That's a different meetup.
Shorts, that's how I feel too. I can race, but I can't stop.
Why did Todeath? Can I say something controversial here? That is the first time that I've seen Todeath say something that I would expect from Palace 512. Okay, that's like, see, this is what David's like he's like patient 0. So if you're around him for too long, if you're in the same Discord, the same league, his virus spreads, and so the zesty virus just spreads all to everybody, to everybody in contact. So, all right, cool. So we are doing a cup. and it will be happening during the season. One of the decisions on that choice was, hey, if we're a soccer league, regular soccer leagues have their cup tournaments during the season, so let's do that, and we'll have cup weeks as well, which should be fun. So I'm excited, but
Exactly, yeah. Having your
oh wait, sorry, cut you
yeah.
off. Playboy Farty and Arglass IRL skate race 1v1. I need it. I need the Arglass versus Playboy Farty race 100%.
Artglass is not showing up to anything.
He said, "Fuck."
He doesn't
no."
exist.
He's like an advanced version of like an AI. Yeah.
I'm still convinced he's part AI, so
Arglass does seem to have paparazzi everywhere, so I don't know.
I will like IRL live stream that. Playboy
Yeah,
Farty,
yeah.
let's stand up, bro. You gotta own Arglass. I'm rooting for you in that one.
But is there anything else, David, on the cup that you want to cover? We'll be putting out more definitive answers on scheduling and stuff like that pretty soon. I mean, is there anything else, David, on the cup stuff?
I don't think so. There may be a couple things we'll put out in SGL discussion as we go along, because like finding like the cup weeks is probably going to be like our biggest thing looking at the schedule and whatnot. So there probably will be like some weeks where you end up having 2 matchups to do. So we're gonna keep that all in mind, especially maybe if it means you just if you somehow like end up playing like the same team in the same week and you just all cash it in on one night. I mean, so be it. We'll see how it goes. We'll draw some stuff up, but yeah, keep an eye out on SGL discussion.
And with that being said, chat, any questions? Is there anything that we missed in week number 2? Any questions about SGL? Anything? Yeah, drop them in chat. It's been a good podcast. A lot of chat interactions. Has been really fun. And of course, as these things go on, we'll have more content and maybe some guests in the future. But yeah, any questions? Jimmy Conrad. Oh, Maz brings up the server stuff for the cup tournament. That is something that was talked about in the off season, or has been talked about for a while now. Since there is no home and away in the cup, server selection will be key. And so we've talked about a bunch of different formats. I think there was some formats where it was 2-2, 1-1-1 in a best of 7 for servers. There's been floating of just going every game, switching servers, or a coin flip, or so yeah, servers will be another thing that will probably be voted on, or at least we'll take community suggestions on. But again, any ideas for that sort of stuff? I mean, I'm cool with the 2-2, 1-1-1 thing. And then you just like flip a coin to see who gets the preference, I guess, or whatnot. I mean, I'm
That,
servers,
and if you
I don't really care about the server stuff, but that would probably be my vote, I guess.
yeah, I'm not too big on server stuff, but I know like if you're getting like losing team gets like that pick of like the form or like the game mode that you play, I think that at least like sounds like sufficient enough in like a 2-2-1-1-1. That's just my thought there. Because then at least you get something going back, or even if like you lose and you get to go back to your home server, then you get even more advantage. So strategize your picks.
You pick the laggiest game mode possible when you're on your home server. Like well, is Rumble probably? I don't know what the laggiest game mode even is, but you pick
We're
like
bringing back cube ball where it's like a bajillion like what the surface area or something like that. So you basically just have to like fit in like the width of the net in its entirety.
Yeah, that's funny, bro. Just oh man. Oh, a freestyle competition.
Oh, good heavens! There's we'll have to see.
I mean, I'd be
Zach,
down. I don't know who. It would be what?
David for the culture.
Me, Gojo, Loy Boy. We get Toe Death in there too. Fuck it. Who else posts
Smitty.
clips? Smitty. Who else posts clips? I know he hasn't played much, but Raid on the Loyal has like really good mechs.
Oh yeah, Howling
Or
Moon.
on the locals, yeah. Oh yeah, Howling Moon too.
Serrano. I think you should throw David in there for the culture. I'm still
Maybe
gonna stick by that.
Maybe Christian the Plumber. He's got good mechs.
Potentially, yeah.
He's got good mechs.
Wait, you should make Bear do a flip reset on on that cast.
You know who did a flip
competitions.
reset? I don't know if you noticed in your game, but Devin went for a couple. He had like a flip reset once. Devin did. Devin's getting better, man. Devin's him.
He's trying, man. Like I had to look out for his air dribbles because I'm like I can't immediately challenge what he's gonna get.
Caesar. Yeah.
Oh no, he's ass.
Yeah, Caesar's terrible. That guy rides horses, bro. He's not locked in. Oh, get the Couve out there. Run the Couve versus Arglass 1v1 or something.
True.
For those of you who've been around for a while, there was an infamous the Couve versus Ska-Man 1v1. That was fun. That was good.
Shorts, I wish you were around for that at the time. That was like cinema within this server.
Yeah,
so
of course, Ska-Man, a representative of the worst team in the history of SGL, the Midnight Riders. Not
Whoa.
in like a, not wait before again. I will clarify. They were statistically the worst team in SGL, but it's not a norm. I'm not loading any normativity to that statement, David. Of course, you would know. I would just making a descriptive claim, okay, that they were the worst team. And,
just a slight delivery. It's like the worst
know.
team to ever grace SGL.
And they were extremely gracious troopers in our league and were awesome. And so hopefully one day we can get them back. I think it would be fun to have two New England Revolution teams in our server. So a redemption arc for the Midnight Riders, perhaps. Apparently, it would be good content, I've heard. So
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Just telling it as it is. There's grace about this.
There's an infamous was it Raisin Boy commentating clip of him
Dude.
versus him commentating Midnight Riders versus it was Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was the
FC
Pride
SG?
812.
Yeah.
It was that group.
Apparently, we might get this clip. This is like an SGL lore clip of Raisin Boy commentating. One of the funniest clips that's ever happened in this league between two OG teams in FGL. So if we can find that would
Dude,
be
I don't
great.
even know. That's so far back at this point. Dude, I might just have to.
I wish Raisin Boy was in chat because if he could be here, if we get a chance to put it up on stream, that would be awesome. The Richmond Kickers in SGL or FC Naples, that would be fun. That'd be awesome. I mean, Debit here represents the only USL team that we currently have. So we used to have so many USL teams, bro. Like we need more. We need more.
Bro, we used to even have a USL League 2. Like, freaking Elmwood. Or was it Oakland, whatever their team was called at the time. Like, their owner was, like, playing in, on the team. It was crazy.
Listen, Right Dog, our North Texas SC team is we're understaffed, okay? So we're currently working through bankruptcy at the moment. So our lawyers are in heavy work right now. So we will probably have a team representing the USL Championship team in Dallas. I know that Adrian, Overtime Saint, as well as a couple other guys in the FC Dallas circle are going to be really big into that. We might see the return of Nate Football, who's a pretty big YouTuber now, who's also in the FC Dallas ranks. Some of y'all might remember Nate. Of course, Palace plays soccer with him every Wednesday night on his, and you'll see him on his Instagram sometimes. But enough waffling from me about big YouTubers. We have the clip ready, Maz. Let's roll this clip here, everybody. This is a SGL exclusive lore clip, so enjoy.
danger. A double hit attempt by Beaver FCC and touched artist. It does get in front of the ball. Can anybody clear for Midnight Riders? Can anybody put it away for the Pride?
Oh! Mini danger.
Still loose. Somebody hit the ball. Touched artist. Tries. No.
Somebody
It's
put that
it's-
ball in.
And it's past everybody. Mini Danger is going to try to clear it. He
Wow.
whips two. There's a team bump in the back, so Pride's going to get a second crack at it.
Guys,
Can we roll that one more time? It's just so good. I need to see it one more time. Can we do it one more time, please? Thank you.
A double hit attempt by Beaver FCC and touched artist. It does get in front of the ball. Can anybody clear for Midnight Riders? Can anybody put it away for the Pride?
Oh! Mini danger.
Still loose. Somebody hit the ball. Touched artist. Tries. No.
Somebody put that ball in.
And it's past everybody. Mini Danger is going to try to clear it. He
Wow.
whips two. There's a team bump in the back, so Pride's going to get a second crack at it.
Yeah, the best part is the commentary, it must be said. Raisin Boy there on the main commentary. Who was his co-commentator there, David? Do you remember?
that was Edson Ochoa himself for a league matchup. Gosh darn, I missed my teammate Raisin Boy on commentary so much. Back in the League 2 days, it was me and him running up with the casual like freestylers and grand champs that were like on basically like 1v3 style teams back in those old days. Dude, it was peak back then.
Yeah, that clip of just all the cars just with it. It looked like if you go into like a private lobby and you put the beginners bots and they're just rolling around the pitch. It was yeah, tremendous. And this league had so many moments like that were just incredibly funny and yeah, wow, it's those were the times. That was during COVID, right? Kind of during the peak of COVID, I believe, or
I know it
Yeah.
wasn't season 1, but I know it was one of those seasons where we still had COVID going back on. We still couldn't quite like get back outside yet, so that was just one of those matchups where we're just like, all right, the Pride's still pretty new. Maybe they can get their bearings against the Midnight Riders team. Mini Danger was surprising one of their better spots on that team. The defensive one of the defensive goats of the time.
yeah.
But yeah, literally like it watching that clip back, that is, if you were there for it, cinema, absolute cinema.
No, yeah. So it was so good. It was tremendous,
Cinema.
but
No.
Um,
So it was so
okay. I mean, anything else, Chad, David, Maz? Anything else y'all want to get in before we wrap up here? And again, I appreciate everybody in chat, man. Very, very active chat. I mean, Jesus, really active chat for probably one of the most active chats we've had on this stream ever. So, appreciate y'all on a work night being here so late. But anything else from you guys?
Not at least from me. No, I'm pretty chill about this one. I know we're kind of casually sprinkling in SGL lore at a time. But yeah, I know there's gonna be a couple things we want to get to next week. Especially, we are gonna actually schedule sooner than we did for this coming week. And so hopefully with that we'll get a guest on this. So be on the lookout. We may be considering some people that want to get in here, either a guest or two. Could do it like First Touch style. Could do it like Chalkcast, where you get a bit more on a broadcast. So yeah, keep an eye out for those changes that we definitely want to keep going as we go on with the season. I mean, it's a long season, so
Toad says need an SGL story times. We can do the cheating segment on. Honestly, for me, the peak SGL night we've ever had was the roadies cheating night, where there was like 40 people in one
Chad,
voice
raise your
chat.
hand if you were there.
That was crazy. That was
Like
awesome.
a military roll call at that time.
That was.
Yeah, David, you need to be in here.
I think only a little bit of the call got recorded, but that was a crazy moment in SGL.
That was one where
That was
didn't
awesome.
Firepulse though like record like a ton of
He did,
like
yeah.
video of that call?
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
That was under previous admins too, right? Like I don't think you, me, Maz, or anybody that's here was like in charge at the time, was it?
No, we were just we were the Chris Hansen at the time.
We were the Chris Hansen. It's yeah. There's so much there. I mean, yeah. We'll save it for next week's podcast. And that's just one of like the many like lore things. There was a Fire Pulsa Sean Ringrose ranked queue thing that we can bring up later as well. There's so many stories. I'll tease a couple of those for now, but we can bring those up in the future. But yeah, great podcast, guys. Appreciate y'all being here, and I do want to, because Palace is in chat and Bear Blitz and you guys again just reiterate that y'all had a tremendous series. So it's been a good day of streaming on SGL. Anything else from you, Debit?
Nah, nothing from me. I'm out of here. GG's.
Oh my god, the Big B tweet. Yes, we will bring that up on stream. Wait, is that TOS? It might. I don't think it is.
Yeah, well, hang on.
It might be TOS. I don't remember. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that one.
I think it was the ex-girlfriend or ex-wife tweet, but we'll bring that up. Yeah, whatever. We'll do that next week. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. Go get some rest. And be on the lookout for some more SGL action this week. There's a potential game tomorrow night between the KC Calder and the EM. But again, check the Discord, and we will see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.